How's it going, guys? It's C at a Monday Night Raw review from October 8th. Let's get right into it. The Raw after Super Showdown in Australia. I will, of course, say most of the Super Showdown results. There was just a fucking mosquito flying by there. And there it goes again. But yeah, I'll tell the Super Showdown results from the Raw side of the show. But yeah, how about we just get right into it? So Raw starts off with Triple H and HBK, Shawn Michaels coming out, of course. Triple H victorious over Undertaker at Super Showdown Live. But then Taker and Kane attack Triple H and Shawn for post-match assault, with Taker leveling Triple H with a tombstone piledriver. Yeah, of course, in the ring, Shawn says he honored his pledge to stay retired for 8.5 years. And then Shawn says he spent the long flight from Australia contemplating the apparent erosion of respect among the four legends. And then Shawn says it was then a no-brainer for him when Triple H approached him on the tarmac and asked him, "Are you ready?" And then Triple H said, which meant that Shawn said he's coming out of retirement. And then Triple H says Shawn's answer was never in doubt, especially after Super Showdown. And then, so the reformed D-Generation X. Yes, that's right. DX is back, baby. And then they challenged Taker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, to a tag team match at Crown Jewel, November 2nd in Saudi Arabia. Oh, dear Christ. This is the worst thing to happen to this company. And before you go and criticize me, hear me out. Because now with Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement, well, not only does Shawn immediately devalued that honor of staying retired after he lost to Taker at Mania 26 almost 8 years ago. But this also proves everything wrong with WWE today, as where WWE now has to bring out part-timers to get ratings because the full-timers can't. Well, it doesn't help cases when your top guy is boring fuckface as Universal Champion. But yeah, that is a rant for another day. But yeah, this just shows everything wrong with WWE today. This is why this company has no goddamn dignity to begin with. So next up, we get a one-on-one match. We get Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens. Of course, to no one's surprise, the team of Bobby Lashley and Super Cena defeated Kevin Owens and Elias. Because Cena has to bury Owens and Elias twice because once wasn't good enough. And John Cena, of course, likes to beat the dead horse. So Bobby Lashley is just an innocent bystander in Cena's bullshit. But continuing on. So, of course, before the match, we had Leo Rush, Bobby Lashley's manager, come out, of course, insulting Owens, of course. This Leo thing's getting old really quick. Alright, we got our laugh out of it. But the laughing stopped a long time ago. So, of course, this one-on-one match between Owens and Lashley, back and forth. Now, there are a few highlights in this match. Match ending, Leo would distract Kevin Owens. Lashley would take advantage to hit the slam on Owens. Then Lashley gets the 3 count for the win. But after the match, Bobby Lashley would take Kevin Owens over to the ring post. And then he'd torque Kevin Owens' knees against it for post-match assault. So, trying to injure Owens. God damn it, I did not think that Lashley teaming with Cena would turn Lashley into a goddamn axe murderer. This is why you don't team with Super Cena, kids. He'll turn you into something you're not. Never team with John Cena. Fuck John Cena. Continuing on, because, we'll address Cena later on in a little bit. But we're going to continue on. Next up, we get a women's tag team match, 6 women's tag team match, may I correct myself. We get Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins versus the Riot Squad. So a rematch from Super Showdown. At Super Showdown, Rousey and the Bella Twins were victorious. Who's surprised? Because you gotta make Ronda feel prestigious. And make her feel valuable by winning. So this match, it was pretty meh. Match ending, Ronda Rousey would lock in the armbar on Ruby Riott after Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan would isolate Nikki and Brie outside the ring. Ronda gets a submission victory. But after the match, the Bella Twins would then attack Ronda from behind for post-match assault. A Bella Twins heel turn. We really needed this again. Again? So then Ronda would fight back on the Bella Twins, but the numbers game would come into effect, and the Bella Twins stand tall. Honestly, in this situation, I would have made Ronda Rousey the heel. Because with Rousey becoming the heel, it would just create a big shock value in the crowd, because Ronda's super over with the crowd, so no one would see it coming. Unless Dave Meltzer or the internet leaks it. Like, it just creates a big shock value. Like, we've seen the Bella Twins be heels how many goddamn times in their career? Like, Jesus Christ, I lost track after the 5th heel turn. But yeah, WWE's creativity team in a nutshell, folks. Continuing on, next up, we get a mixed tag team match. We get Finn Balor and Bayley versus Trash Alicia, Jobber Mahal, and Alicia Fox. Match was garbage, boring as hell. Jobber and Alicia's selling and bullshit were the fails of the match. Finn Balor had quite a few highlights with the, of course, the sling blade and the corner drop kick. Match ending, Bayley would pull Alicia out of the ring to prevent Alicia from getting involved. Finn Balor hits the coup de grace on Jobber Mahal. Finn gets the 3 count for the win. Yep, Jobber Mahal once again jobbing again. Honestly, just get rid of both Jobber Mahal and Alicia Fox. Get them both out of company. They both outlived their usefulness. So then next up, Baron Corbin would come out, the Raw general manager. Baron Corbin would announce a 10-man win-in-urine battle royal to qualify for the WWE World Cup at Saudi Arabia. This World Cup will consist of 4 superstars from Raw and 4 superstars from SmackDown, and all 8 men will be bowing for the glorious prize of nothing. Just a trophy. Seriously? Just a trophy is how we're gonna make this match feel prestigious and valuable? Are you fucking kidding me, Vince? Like, come on, Vince. If there's nothing on the line, what's the point of even watching? Like, it will more likely mean nothing to whoever wins. It'll mean fuck all to their career. Like, seriously, you look at the Andre Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. It means nothing. Look at the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania. That means nothing. The 50-man Royal Rumble match in Saudi Arabia, that meant nothing. And the World Cup means nothing. Like, seriously. You gotta make it mean something in order for people to watch. If it doesn't mean anything, why should I waste my time watching this match? Watching it? Why should I watch? If it doesn't mean anything for their career? Like, think about it. Like, the only big match we have that may mean something to their career is really the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's it. And maybe the Royal Rumble match for the men's and women's. Because the winner, of course, gets that title shot at WrestleMania. Like, honestly, here's what I would do. If I was running the company, what I do, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, the winner gets a shot at either the Intercontinental or the US title on either Raw or SmackDown after Mania, depending their brand. The winner of the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal will get a Raw or SmackDown Women's title match on the Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania, depending on what brand they're on. The winner of the 50-man Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia at Greatest Royal Rumble, I would have gave them a Universal or WWE Championship match, a future match, depending on which brand they're on. And for the World Cup, I would give the winner, whether they be from Raw or a Universal or WWE Championship match, depending on which brand they're on, a future match. So by putting a title match on the line, a shot of title on the line, now it feels more prestigious. Now people will watch. Because like, oh hey, now this guy could be Universal Champion, or that guy could have a WWE Championship match. Like, you see how valuable now it means? Like, you see how now it means more? Because now they could all of a sudden be in a WWE or Universal title feud. Like, Vince, once again, I ask this question. Why is it that when it comes to Business 101, we the fans have to be your motherfucking babysitters? Like, we shouldn't have to keep doing this conversation over and over and over and over and over again. Like, it's getting annoying, Vince. I don't want to keep doing this to you, man. But yeah, and it also doesn't help that, because WWE's moving the arena, the venue for Crown Jewel from a 68,000 person arena to a 25,000 person arena. I know, Vince, honestly, if you're trying to get more money from this, you should have stayed in the 68,000 person arena. Because, you know, that has more seats, and, you know, more seats equal more money. But yeah, continuing on, we'd also find out that John Cena is the first entry into the World Cup. John Cena in a tournament? Yawn. Well, I guess Cena's gonna pull the shovel on this one and make it not mean anything. Who's gonna be... I wouldn't be surprised if Cena wins it all. But yeah, continuing on, so this 10-man Battle Royal consists of Corbin and a bunch of jobbers. But match ending, the Battle Royal will come down to Baron Corbin and a competitor named Conquistador. So match ending, Conquistador would hit a spray of German suplexes and the angle slam. It's like, interesting. And then Conquistador would eliminate Baron Corbin to win the Battle Royal and qualify for the WWE World Cup. But then after the match, Conquistador would take his mask off and reveal himself to be Kurt Angle. So now it's Kurt Angle now Kurt Angle is in it. So yeah, the two competitors so far are John Cena and Kurt Angle. But yeah, that'll probably not change because, you know, that's not PC. Continuing on, though. Next up, we get a one-on-one women's match. We get Ember Moon versus Nia Jax. It's actually a pretty decent match, back and forth. Match ending, the match would spill outside the ring. Ember and Nia would brawl a bit outside the ring. Ember would get back in the ring, but Nia couldn't beat the ref's 10 count, forcing the count-out victory to Ember Moon. So Ember was going to win this match regardless. So then after the match, Nia would get in the ring, and then Nia would raise Ember's arm out of an act of respect. So, of course, Nia Jax being a class act. Good job. Good job, Nia. Good job. So next up, we get Trish Stratus coming out to the ring. Of course, Trish addressing Alexa's Moment of Bliss segment last week, where Alexa said that, don't ever meet your heroes. They aren't who you think they are. And of course, Trish addressing Alexa, saying that Alexa's full of crap. And then question Alexa's math skills. That would then prompt Alexa Bliss and Mickie James to come out to the ring. And then they corner Trish in the ring. And then Alexa proposes to Trish to turn their singles match at Evolution into a tag team match if Trish can find a partner. So then Trish accepts the proposal and announces her partner for that match. And then Lita's music hits. And then WWE Hall of Famer Lita comes out to the ring. And then a brawl ensues, and then the reunited team besties of Lita and Trish Stratus would clear Alexa and Mickie from the ring. And both of them stand tall. So at Evolution, it will be Trish Stratus and Lita versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. That's actually going to be a good match. I cannot wait. Well, Evolution actually has all the capabilities to be a good pay-per-view this year. Well, mainly no Roman Reigns on the card helps that, and no John Cena card also helps that. Just keep Alicia Fox so far away from this pay-per-view and we're good to go. So next up, we get a tag team match. We get Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus Ass Tension, Connor and Victor. This was a boring match. Nothing really important happened here. Match ending, Bobby would hit the Glorious DDT, but Chad Gable would tag himself in to get the 3 count for the win. So Chad Gable's being a glory hound. So then after the match, AOP, Akam, and Razor would come out with Drake Maverick. And then they attack both Ass Tension and Roode and Gable for post-match assault. AOP, of course, standing tall. Well, Chad, that's karma for being a glory hound. Dumbass. Honestly, Bobby Roode fucking deserves better than this. Next up, we get another segment. So we get Paul Heyman coming out to the ring. Of course, Paul doing his normal intro, saying he is the advocate for the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Of course, Paul saying he doesn't see any way Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman make it to Crown Jewel. Because at Crown Jewel, we'll have a triple threat match for the Universal title, where Roman Reigns defends against Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. And then Paul says between the wear and tear of 2 throwdowns, and the stress of a cross-continental travel, and the complications of running with a team, Paul then says that Reigns and Strowman had quite a bit to worry about and had their work cut out for them. And then Paul says that Lesnar was at home. Who's surprised there? So he says Lesnar's at home training like an animal, and standing single-handedly working towards the goal of becoming a 2-sport champion across UFC and WWE. Yes, Lesnar still has a boner for that goal of holding both a WWE World title and a UFC title at the same time. Well, then again, if Lesnar does both, then Lesnar becomes one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And now it all but silence his haters. So then Paul says Lesnar's path back to the Universal title is a foregone conclusion. Well, thanks for spoiling who's going to win. Well, thanks for spoiling that Roman's going to retain a Crown Jewel, dumb shit. So then next up, we get to our main event. The 6-man tag match, a rematch from Super Showdown. The Shield Universal Champion, Boring Fuckface, Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. Coming out through the crowd, of course, they're getting a decent pop. Taking on Braun Strowman and the Raw Tag Team Champions, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. They get a good pop from the crowd, too. So, hang on a second. So, continuing on in this match, it was actually a pretty decent match, except for when Roman was in the match. Roman's moveset was garbage, his selling was garbage. His VS Superman comeback looked like shit again, from the clotheslines to the punches, the 10 clotheslines to shit in the corner, the big boot, the Samoan drop, etc., etc. Match ending, there will be a brawl outside the ring. Roman would hit the spear, which looked like trap against Braun. And then through all of that, Drew would hit the Claymore on Dean Ambrose. And Drew gets the 3 count for the win for his team. So it's a main event where Roman doesn't win. Ha ha. So then after the match, Roman and Seth get back in the ring. Roman and Seth, of course, do their fist bump in the ring, hoping Dean joins them. But then Dean decides to leave him hanging. He'd leave the ring and then walk up the stage all the way to the backstage area. He'd give a glance at the ring at both of them and then walk away. That's how we end Raw. Oh, are we hinting toward Dean Ambrose breaking up the Shield? We are going to have to wait and see. But yeah, this episode, it was pretty meh. Wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. Pretty meh, mediocre show. 4 out of 10 is my final rating for Raw. It was just mediocre at best. Just a mediocre show. Not much really happened. But hey, if anything, if I could say anything positive about Raw, like, it's close to being on par with SmackDown now. Because, all year I've said how SmackDown's been a better show. Well, now the winds have changed and now Raw is catching back up. Now Raw's almost on par with SmackDown the last few weeks. Well, mainly those garbage segments of Truth TV have really devalued this show. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out.